What's up, everybody? Derek here, and today we are out here at the parking lot with the football field behind us to hit a couple shots. And I've got myself a 7-iron. And one of the things that's helped me to have way more accuracy with my shots and less dispersion has absolutely been my takeaway. Now, I've learned to shallow my club and to come into the ball to get rid of the big cut or the big slice. So I'm getting straighter shots now, and I think it's attributing to where my club is coming to, so I'm not having to readjust. So over the top and then having to come in so much creates so many problems. And what we're envisioning and we're trying to do, because I've been an over-the-topper and coming in across the ball to create those slices and cuts, is to create a shot that is going straighter. And I didn't understand that it would increase my distance and my accuracy by envisioning that I'm going out. So what I have done is my takeaway. That's where it all begins at. Now, if I square up to the ball and I'm coming back, I used to not even have wrist hinge. So I used to just come back like this, and look how straight my wrists are here. And then come into the ball, and I'd hit them fat, I'd hit them thin, I'd pop them up in the air. So like I was barely getting any carry distances because I wasn't getting much shaft length. So what ended up happening is I completely changed my takeaway and learned that a lot of my takeaway was coming over the top and coming across the ball. So it was creating this coming arc horizontally that's going this direction and creating all that spin that'll send that thing off up to another fairway on a different hole. It was nuts. So to kind of narrow in my accuracy, you've got your wrist hinge here, your vertical wrist hinge. If you can do this, you can create a better takeaway for yourself and not be coming way back here and twisty and then coming and then big hooks. Or what actually can happen a lot of times coming way back here is when you come to the ball, you're actually turning your club face, which is even creating a bigger hook. So you got to find somewhere in between, the happy medium. And basically what I have done is this vertical wrist hinge accompanied with the turn, the rotation in the swing. So if you actually want to be about right here, where you're almost parallel, and you've got that right there parallel with the ground, straight behind you. Now look at this. If I were to drop it, and it to rise again, it's right in there. It's not way back here, because if that happens, that's going to hit my leg. If this happens, that's a slice. So to create that, to get it right here, just like the pros do, the vertical and the wrist, not the wrist turn back here, that's at the top. So, but the vertical to get to the halfway point, to have a parallel, not bringing it back here, because then you got over corrections. You got to do so much with your body to try to get back into it to hit it straight. So the takeaway that I've learned is combining the two. Raise. Now you see how I kind of vertically raised as I was turning? Because I can do it like this, but I'm turning. You get it back here and you practice that. Practice bringing it back to the same spot. Rotation, rise. Rotation, rise. And then if you can continue your path onward where the wrist hinge and the top of the backswing is, and then to come into the ball and shift your weight from right to left, you've totally changed everything within your swing. And this is where it all begins, right here. So let's see if we can hit a couple shots here with that takeaway, straight at that left upright. Now that was a little bit into out, I will admit. I kind of came across the ball a little bit, but it barely cut. And I hit it a little fat as well. So if I can come into the ball and envision going outwards, even find a piece of grass that might be out here that, if you know baseball, here's the pitcher, here's second base. I want to be swinging in my mind, not actually swinging that way, but in my mind swinging outward towards second base. So right at the left upright. Straight as can be. I was left of the upright, but that's maybe 5 yards left of off target. Maybe 10 once you get further out. But that's not a bad shot at all. So let's see if we can do this again with the takeaway coming back to parallel and then continuing out with the wrist hinge at the top and the weight shift. Outward swing. Little cues to have in your head and to remember. So left upright. Now that I'm hitting them in exactly the same spot, those last two shots. Now here's an adjustment. Since I know that I'm not playing a cut, which is what I'm so accustomed to since I've changed the shallowing and my takeaway, it's created so many great opportunities for getting on the green. So now that I've done that, let's aim a little bit right of target and see what happens now, because I'm hitting them dead straight. No cut, which is what I'm so used to. That, and then I get the cut, which is not actually too bad because I was left the equal on the left side. I was equal because it landed on the right side. So left and right of the green, and that's got to be at least somewhere around the 150 range for carry. So right out in the middle of that field, going right at it. Envision going out. Oh my goodness, straight, and I got a hold of that one. Wow. I envisioned the out. I didn't even touch turf that time, I don't believe. It just scraped right off the top. And that's how I've totally changed everything with just the takeaway, because that is the key to everything starting up and going with a great swing and a great swing path to get yourself in the right position to then come through and make a great shot. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.